Hi, and welcome to my garage for our 5th episode of Unraveling the Myth. Geez Louise. One thing that gets me saying geez Louise is when I'm out there bike riding. You know, because bikers don't seem to know that there are rules of the road for them too. And they go willy-nilly all over the place wherever they want to. I want to share some tips that I'm hoping will help you. And I'm hoping will help your city. And I'm hoping that every city will say, hey, we need to instigate some biking rules to keep our bikers safe and so that drivers understand that they share the road with these bikers. You can't find bike trails everywhere you want to go. I want to go to the store down the road. Well, there's no bike trail to get to it. So what do I do? One rule, before you get on that bike. Okay, say I'm on my bike and I'm ready to go. Am I ready to go? No. Why? Okay, I'm going to show you why. You gotta wear a helmet. Now, I don't like wearing helmets any more than anybody else. I think they're awkward and klutzy and just plain ugly, right? But I once was on a campus where they had designated bike and walker trails, and I was on the bike trail. And ahead of me, there was this father and son walking a dog, not caring where they were going between the two lanes. I yell, on your right, just so that they'd move over, because that's what you're supposed to do. And they didn't hear me. The little boy and his dog went right in front of me, so I hit the dirt, cracked my head on cement. Didn't have a helmet on. I had a bump for days. I was in the right. They weren't paying attention. They weren't staying on their path. That's what I mean where pedestrians have. Do you want to know how many bikers were killed in 2021? 961. That's a lot. And these are all over the age of 20. Yeah, it's okay if you're 15 and younger to stay on the sidewalk. If you want to ride your bike on the sidewalk, you have to give way to pedestrians. They have the right of way. Okay? Now, when I was giving way to those pedestrians, it's because they were in the wrong lane, but because it was marked bike. But when you're on a sidewalk and you see pedestrians, get off your bike and walk it. That's a rule, or it should be. You don't want to try. You can't trust what they're going to do ahead of you. You don't know. So, in 2021. This decreased 4% since 1975, but the lowest point was in 2010, and we now have seen a 55% increase. 55% since 2010. That's from IIHS.org, in case you're curious. If we just think about some common sense rules, I think we'll be safer. Always understand you are responsible for your own safety. Not me, not the other car, not the cars, not anybody else. You are. You're responsible. Don't come back and say I told you to do something and then say it's my fault you got hit. Because I'm not there. And you're probably not listening very well. All right. Now, I'm an experienced biker. When it comes to turning left on a city street. Now, I don't do this if the speed limit's over 30, okay? You got to be careful. But when I want to turn left, I will look behind me, make sure there's no cars back there, and I will get over into the left-hand car turn lane. And I will sit there in that lane waiting for the signal light, just like any car. Because when the light turns to turn, you get to go and you turn left, but you're going way over to the right, so that the cars can go around you. Because cars, when they turn, they don't go that fast anyway. Now, you can do it the pedestrian way and cross the signal, but walk your bike like a pedestrian. If you're gonna use the sidewalk, if you're gonna cross like a pedestrian, you walk like a pedestrian. And then you get back on the bike trail and get on your bike. Bike trails are great. It makes you feel a sense of security, right? Well, what if cars are parking in the bike lane? That happens. Then you have to worry about, is that car door going to open on me? So be careful. When you're coming up to a four-way stop, And you're on a bike trail, but you're coming up to a four-way stop. Do you just go zooming through? No. You look at the traffic at those four-way stops. If there's nobody there, go ahead and zoom through. But if there are other cars around, you stop and you figure out who's got the right of way. It probably isn't you. My brother got in an accident that way. He got hit by a car and taken to the hospital because he thought, oh, well, the driver saw me. No, you don't think that. Never think that. So there are common sense rules. Follow traffic signals. Do what the drivers do. Be responsible, consistent. If we have consistent rules and we all do them, drivers will know what to expect. I think hand signals are good too, but drivers don't seem to understand them. You know, what does this mean? If you put your hand up like this, that means you're turning right. You're going that way. If you put your arm out straight like this, that means you're stopping. I never use that one. I don't really see the point. But you put your hand down like this, pointing down, means you're turning left. Now, if we use these signals consistently, drivers will start to understand them. But I've found that when I use them, people generally watch to see what I'm doing anyway, because maybe they don't trust me. Why would they? We don't use anything consistently. Bikers have rules. They have responsibilities. Now, excuse me. I have been biking safely. One accident on this same bike. I once took my son downtown Shawano. We went on a 30-mile bike trip. And he was 12 and he never rode a bike downtown. And I just said, stay behind me. And I took him on all the proper rules of the road on Shawano. He stayed with me and we did just fine. Understand your own city might have its own rules. Find out what they are and follow them. Follow the rules of the road for bikers and cars and pedestrians. We want to be out in the summer, enjoy ourselves, and you know, sometimes we just can't because we screw up and we don't pay attention and we think other people see us and they don't. They don't.